Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we're reviewing
Krypton.
the best show on TV. Um, I'm gonna skip to the end because everyone will
Oh,
know with no spoilers and it kept under wraps. I called it. I've got. Do you know Spider-Man has Spider-Man sense?
Spidey sense, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, Spider-Man sense. I have Zod sense, and I can sniff it out a
No,
mile away.
no, you don't. You'd be cool if the Zod show up in Supergirl but this show started.
Yeah, and he
Your
did.
Zod wasn't working there. No, he didn't. He showed up for like a 10-second whatever that thing was. And he wasn't really there, but he is here now, so go on. Bang
Well,
on. I know
well,
you want.
my question to you is, because I
Okay.
thought maybe he was gonna say I'm your father or something like that, and I was like, even when like I couldn't believe my luck. So when he said I'm your son, what was your reaction?
My immediate reaction was because he brought this up last week, and even though I didn't think it was going to happen, clearly I was wrong. I fear part of the fear, if it did, a question I'd have is why is Zod saving Krypton at this point if he knows it's going to blow up?
I don't,
Surely that's the thing you want to time travel and try and fix.
I don't know if he knows.
How could he not know?
It's weird because like
Because he's too old to be. I mean, he's not geriatric old, but obviously he's older. You got to assume at this point he's already fought Superman. He must know Krypton blew up.
no, I think he was because he was about that age. Think like Michael Shannon in Man of Steel. Like for all we know, like because for all intents and he went back to stop Brainiac from murking Candor. So we've got a figure. They fail, and they like Segel and all that lot fail. So like his mum must not have kind of fell into it. She must have been elsewhere. So they obviously had Zod, and then he was kind of just looking at things and thought, oh, I'm gonna go. Like, where does he get time travel? But where does he get the capabilities to time travel from?
I've no idea.
Like I think he's on Krypton, but it was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back and stop Brainiac, as opposed to being on Earth and being, because
I don't buy it.
I just don't know. The problem is we're speculating
Of
and
course.
we can't we need him to tell us. Um, so yeah, I got gas straight away. I couldn't believe it. Um,
Let's circle around back to the Zod thing and deal with the rest of the episode because the Zod thing's going to take most of the time. What do you think of the rest of it?
there was the rest of the episode. I thought it was a 20-second episode. Um,
There was the mum, Zod, and her brother, and that entire thing.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna. I thought he was gonna end up being the brother. Like Lyta was gonna slap him, and then his contact lens would fall out, and it'd be the brother. I don't really know. They kind of. I don't know what to say about the brother because the problem is, they're showing all this history and stuff like that at the House of Zod. You got the mum and her brother, but really, like the mother ain't shit. So me showing her struggles and her like basically pretty much killing her brother and stuff like that don't really mean nothing to me because the end product ain't all that. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
struggle was fine, but for me, it was.
am I meant to feel
I
sorry for her or something? Because
no, I think I would guess that what they were trying to build up to was she left her brother for dead, essentially killed him for honor. Will she do it to the daughter as well, and show what a big deal it's going to be when she chooses to save the daughter, or if someone makes the decision for her? I I was never really invested because I didn't believe they were going to kill the daughter. We're only a few episodes into the show; she's not going to die, so I was never really into it. What does that mean for the future, though? Because I assume she did. Assume she made the deal.
Yeah.
right?
So basically,
So what does that mean?
they're gonna the thing is as well.
They're going to try and overthrow the voice of Ra, who isn't there.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because they don't know that he's obviously fucked up now, and so like I, I don't know how to really. It's kind of meaningless that they've kind of done this, because you got to assume they're gonna have to destroy the voice of Raoul purely because of the fact he's a Brainiac sentry, or the fact that he's a sentry is gonna murk him off anyway. So they're gonna assume power. But to be honest, like I figured like the mum's odd. She's just gonna end up that, like, after all this, she's just gonna end up arresting the dad and the daughter. You know what I mean? I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but they'll find a way out of it, though, won't they?
yeah, I figure she's just gonna turn around after the voice of Raoul's destroyed and be like, oh, they were conspiring, lock them up. You know what I mean? So that's what I figure's
So,
gonna happen with them, and then I guess it'll be kind of a Zod leadership. But I don't really know, because I don't know that enough about her, because I figure she's just going to kind of do she's not really into politics, but I know they need her because she's the head of the military, and they can just go in there on the sly, assassinate him and cover him up. Because
Segel, that woman that the dad, I guess, had a thing for and then had killed. Have we seen her before?
well, yeah, she was the one who killed the guy down in and fucked everything up. You know,
I thought so, but I couldn't quite. Yeah, okay.
that made me laugh. When they kissed,
What?
that made me laugh because I was thinking that's so stupid. Like,
Why?
I was just, it was just kind of dopey. Didn't really
If it
need
was
it.
getting some.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was kind of dopey. I was just like, what?
I think it felt a bit rushed. Like if they were going to introduce that element in the whole I have to kill someone I care for, blah, blah, blah. Do it more in the space of like 20 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. So yeah, and then when Segel's escaping from wherever, he saves that woman, and apparently she's the key to stopping Brainiac somehow. And then yeah, we're kind of introduced to these.
That scene was so weird.
What?
That was weird. With that woman, it was all a bit booky in it. It felt like they were speaking like Twi'lek or something from Star Wars. I didn't know what was going on. What was its family meant to have done?
I don't really know.
Obviously no. There's no. I mean, it's theoretically. Like, do they not believe in science or something? Is that the issue? Like, I couldn't quite work out.
Well, I don't want to.
I
I don't want to drop spoilers, but I've got.
Don't drop spoilers.
I've got a vague idea of what it could be.
I'll keep your mouth shut if it's a spoiler. Me no wanna.
So yeah.
I think I've worked out what I definitely can't stand about the show, and it's their relationship.
Who's?
Segel and Lyta. I prefer them when they're away from each other. I didn't mind Segel in this episode, especially when he was on his own doing his thing. But when they were together, it just reminded me of last week and how I'll let Krypton die just for you kind of thing. It's just, if I don't mind them being together, I wish it was a little less melodramatic. It feels like Romeo and Juliet.
Is Romeo and Juliet, but they don't know it's Romeo and Juliet until next episode. Whoops.
No spoilers.
Well, people have got to assume with General Zod thrown into the mix and Adam Strange knocking about, who's from the future and best buddies with Superman, people have got to assume that things are going to get brought up.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Even if Zod isn't from that timeline, if he was just on Krypton before, if he just came back from a further point in time on Krypton, then it still don't matter because Adam Strange is still gonna know who he is because he's from the furthest timeline.
So you think Zod? So Krypton, obviously in the comics, Kandor is taken at a point in time. It's the Bottle City, blah blah blah. So you think Zod left time travel from Krypton at a certain point to go back and try and stop that before Krypton blew up?
You know what? We don't know if he came back on purpose. For all we know, he was probably doing his thing, and then like I don't know, like a portal opened or something. He fell into it, and then kind of popped up like to like 150 years in the past, and was just like, oh, well, I know at some point Brainiac comes along and takes Kandor, so I'm going to stop it. Because he's talking about saving Kandor, not saving Krypton as a whole. So it kind of alludes to the fact that he's not aware of its destruction as a whole, only Kandor. Because he would have just been like, right, if it follows the Smallville thing and he destroys Krypton, then that...
Why would it follow that?
Yeah, that don't make sense. So say it doesn't, then surely it'll be like, oh, okay, Brainiac takes Kandor, but by the way, because we're mining the natural resources, the planet's core's gonna fuck up. So you'd think he'd be spouting that, you know what I mean? One city's one thing, but the planet's another thing, you know what I mean? So it goes along that route, that like, oh, the core becomes unstable and it's supernovas or whatever, then you'd think he'd be talking about that. You know, he ain't a dumb guy. You know what I mean? You'd think he'd wager the planet being more important than Kandor. It just so happens he's dealing with that now. Yeah.
So how would he get? So theoretically, how would he get back? If he got there, has he got some way of getting back? I mean, obviously he's going to get put back in his own time. I wonder how Adam Strange would deal with it. Would he think maybe it would be better if I just leave him to die on Krypton? And never give him a way out.
Well, I figure him and Adam Strange, he should know better than that, because he knows that in some capacity, Superman facing Zod is gonna shape Superman as a character. So he should know better than.
Why? That's not necessarily true.
He should know better than to fuck about with time.
It's not, is it? How many people could he kill? He's a virtual god on Earth. Surely it's better theoretically to leave him to die.
I don't know. Superman getting wiped from like them going back and stopping Superman being born, him stopping that from happening is one thing, but to start picking people off one by one, that don't...
Yeah, but he's not gone out of his way to do it, is he? It's not like he's travelled through time and shot Hitler. It's just Hitler has shown up. In this case, obviously, it's Zod. Why save him?
I don't know.
I'd leave him there.
I wouldn't.
Of course you wouldn't.
I'd give him some kryptonite and tell him to do the Lord's work. I don't know.
There is no kryptonite.
There's a lot of things we don't know. So, I mean... 9.5 I'm going to give it.
That's ridiculous.
It's better than I expected, because it's episode 5 now. There's 5 episodes left. It's kicking up into high gear. You know what I mean? And there's still bear in mind, like, Hawkgirl's meant to show up. Doomsday's meant to show up.
Doomsday?
Yeah.
What are you throwing around the spoilers for? 7.5.
They've said from day one that they said you go to...
I didn't hear that. God damn it.
They've said it before before the season started. Doomsday and Hawkgirl are going to pop up. It's all over the Wikipedia page. You're out of control. Everyone knows that. And there was a Doomsday reference in this episode. I just don't know what it was.
Oh, good.
I tried to find out what it was, and I haven't had any luck so far. So yeah, this is like, the writers know what they're doing.
Oh, they can write the romance a little better. I wish I knew how to do that.
and I'm hoping they power through now these next 5 episodes and it turns out to be an amazing show. I think they can do it. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, this is make or break now. Now they're heading into the part of the season where it's either got to be great or it's not. The leeway is gone. How far are we in? We must be halfway into the show by now.
Yeah, I just said it's episode 5 and there's 10 episodes of that this season.
There you go.
So this is the last 5 stretch. They've got to start throwing money about.
We'll see.
I don't know. And we'll see you next time on The Hub.